review. So here is the build review of Cad Bane, and I hope you can just about see his eyes with the lighting. Everything else is lit pretty well. So where do we actually start with this build process and this set? If you've followed through the videos, which I'm sure some of you have, or most of you have, we started with the legs. Solid foundation, solid middles, everything you want. We started with the sort of pelvis hip joint, and then from that built the legs and added the legs to the pelvis. We then created, if I can get it in focus, we then created the belt. The buckle was on first and then the belt connected to that. It was then on up to the torso, the body of the torso. Again, solid core first, and then I'll just zoom it out a little bit. We started to put the decoration on. Everything was fine, I think. We had a little bit of trouble with the back plate, which I had to mock myself because I put the wrong piece in down the bottom. That was my fault, not nobody else's. But once that was done and the little breathing apparatus box was fitted on, we then started with side decorations. We finished that and then the body was more or less done. I think it's worth pointing out, you know, same with the legs. It's nice to have the bullet belts for the gun, the pistol, whatever, the little badges. I put my own little badge thing on there. It's the mock can't say on the plans that there should be a little printed brick. Of course, being a mock, you don't get the stickers, so you just use your own. No problem with that, and that's exactly what I did. We then went on to the arms, and you build the left arm first, and as you can see we started with the top, branched out, solid core again with the bend, and then we built round it, as you'll have all seen in the arm videos. There's a nice little bit of greeblion, nice little bit of detail. The pipes are good, although they are too short, so I mocked a little bit of brown tubes there just to give it that bit of extra length. Even now they're tight, they could do with a little bit more extra length, but while they're on, I've got no problems with them. Exactly the same, excuse me for the fast turn, for the other side, absolutely the same. Built it up on the arms, the same decoration, the same piping, the same mock I did just to give it a little bit more extension. Once the arms were fitted, yes, you actually fit the arms, and it was a clunk click and I just pushed in, and that's it, right? It all holds on one stud. We then build the hands, and again, quite a nice little build. One pin, pushed up, click. Same with the other one, pushed up, click. Really good, no problems, no problems with the clutch strength. Everything has been good. I will say here, while I think about it, you build the body up separate to the legs and the pelvis, and then add the two. If my finger can come in. Where are you, Kevin? There you go, thank you. The body then fits onto a core in the middle that fits off the pelvis. You can actually see the video, see the video of when I talk about putting it on. Now it fits on fine, but it doesn't push down as firm as I would like it on that base, because again there's minor issues. I think there you go, you can see better there. You can't push that down. If you push that down, you risk everything falling off and being absolutely shattered at the bottom. It stays on because of how it's designed. Excuse me. There's 4 little pyramid shapes that come off the pelvis, and it sits on there, so there's no worries of it falling off. But I just again would point that out. for anybody else who was building it, and then they know what to expect when they come across it. But once built and once attached to the next best, and then the arms are put on like I said, and everything's done good there, you then come to the head. Yes, Cad Bane's head. Not his hat first, his head. And I just want to get in there. I know it's a bit dark for his eyes, and I'm sorry about that with his breathing pipes, but you can actually see Cad there nice, and it looks really, really good. Central core as before, then you just build around it, eyes, pipe things, absolutely brilliant. Once his head, once the core of his head's built, obviously you build his face separately, put his face to the core. I had no problems. You then started on the back hair first. Back hair was put on. That's a nice shot of the back hair. That went on correctly. You then go on to do the two side pieces. Again, they just clicked on into place, no worries. Once that was done, remembering the head is not attached at this moment, you then go on to building the hat. And again, hopefully some of you will watch the hat video. I like the decoration of the hat. I think that's very, very nice. Really, really good. The hat, I thought the core, there was a gap all around the edge of there. When you pressed to build it together, you had to be careful, otherwise it would come apart. But you manage it, you take your time, you do your bits, and everything's fine. The major problem I had with the hat, and I don't know if you can see it here, it's masked with a good job, but there is a slight colour differentiation, nothing to shout about, but also it dips slightly in that middle section, so you can't really see it that way, which is really, actually I'm really pleased with that. Maybe if I tilt it a little bit, you can just see that brick dipping, and all these side quarter circle pieces are really on the outside studs. Not, you can press to connect, but then you get that inverted downward slope, which you don't want to see. You're not going to see the top of his hat anyway, but it doesn't matter. Next thing was, of course, as I said, the sides of the hat. Actually, building the hat was okay, really. The front pieces went in, slotted in perfectly, no problem. It was the side, the front pieces here and here I had problems with. The pushing really, really tight bricks. You can't hammer, well, you can hammer the pieces in so far to get them in, but when you have to connect this piece to the hat, to the brim, and to the top, the side pieces here and at the back, that's where you have your problems of connectivity. But we wiggled, we waggled, we pushed and we prompted, and it went. And that was solely good. Once the hat was on, the next thing you did is you connected the hat then to the head. That was fairly easy. You wiggled it room, done, dusted, got it in the middle, pressed down, and it just went on fine. No worries with that at all. Then the plans tell you to attach the breathing apparatus. It came in a funny little block end, which I had to cut off. But in saying that, it was easy enough. Push it on, just like the arm pieces, and they go into the little air breathing box or whatever it is. Exactly the same with the other side, into the connector, and it looks really, really good. Well, I think it does anyway. You can comment in the box. Once that's done, then the final step of the actual body build is the back of the coat, which is this section here, and it is okay grist together. It's a little bit, I won't, delicate's too harsh a word, but you have to be careful with it. It's a little bit flimsy. It does push up and click on. I found it easier, you'll probably have watched, to disconnect from the top, connect the two pieces together and then reconnect at the top, which I found a lot easier. Once that was there, I reconnected and you get the full look of Cad Bane. And I'm pushing myself back slightly just to, you know, and I can't reach the actual turntable to do it, which is terrible. But he looks look at that. For a mock, it is absolutely brilliant. I've got no complaints, and I am going to flip this now to a long lengthways shot so as we can get him all in. So here we are with the lengthwise shot. Not quite as good as the wide one, but we're there, and I'm trying to get as close as I can to, that's it, I can, and I can just about reach it now to turn Cad. And you can look at that, look at the detail of that build. I split it up into 17 parts, and look at that. I'm chuffed. I think, you know, I'm not a master builder, but I do like building, I do enjoy building. And when I have something like this come together, it's good for me, it's good for you, and it just looks brilliant. I can't wait actually to display this on my shelf, provided I can get it up to my shelf without it falling apart. I am joking there, I hope. I think it's fairly steady. It's just where you pick it up to put it on the shelf. And we have, in a moment, got the pistol to try and see if we can fit it in the hand. Now I think, even before I try it, it's slightly heavy. There is a chance it is not going to hold, but even if it doesn't, it wouldn't affect my feeling of this mock whatsoever. So without further ado, I'm going to stop filming this now, and I'm going to add the pistol to the shot. So I'll be back in a bit. So here we are, I'm back as promised, and you can see that the gun is in hand. What I had to do was take the hand off, put the gun in, and then reattach the hand, which was all good. The weight, it won't hold it straight because of the weight, so you would need to put some sort of pin in to hold it straight, but I'm quite happy with the gun as it is there. And that is the end of this mock. I mean, there's a few things that I'm going to say about it in a minute, and we'll leave it with that. But I will say this before I wrap up. I mean, for the money, I think it was £150 plus shipping. I did buy a lot of stuff though. I didn't get any discount on this set, not that I'd tried for any, and here I am, and it's fully built. I've totally enjoyed it. It looks fantastic, and I say, I've said it all the way through the set. I take my hat off to Albo Lego, the creator of this set, and for LESDIY for actually licensing it and selling it. It's that good a set, and you can't fault that. Well, again, I guess you can, but for me, when I'm just doing this now nice and steady, I pick up all the little details, the hands, the gun now is in his hand and it's not falling out. The bullet belt, the actual belt itself, look at the legs, bullets round. I love it, I really do. And I've got to somehow now try very, very slowly and spin this around so you can take a look, and it is amazing. I will zoom in on the gun for anybody who wants to Have a look at that if you can just about see it in the light. You can see how it's pushed into the hand. I'm so chuffed with this set. Cad looks absolutely amazing. It really does. It's worth every penny. I would give everybody a thumbs up. The only thing that I will say, as I've been saying, especially towards the middle to the end of this set, is it is not a beginner's set. If you're not, you know, friendly with Lego and you've built Lego sets, or other building sets for that matter, I don't think you'd do this first. I think you'd struggle. But if you've got any knowledge of building, just like me, you'd get over it and you'd do it. I've had a couple of missing parts in total. One was the strut I told you, and then there were a few black slopes that I managed to take out of my own collection, you know, that I'd got spare. Other than that, everything's come perfect. So I salute LESDIY for the boxing and the packing and the sorting. They've done a really, really good job. As I've said, Albo Lego has done a great job in the designing of this set, and like I say, I give it my full recommendation and blessing. I'm not getting nothing for saying that. I tell you as it is. If I thought it was rubbish, I'd tell you. I've struggled on little bits, but at the end of the day, we've worked it out, we've done it, and he looks great. And with that, I'd just like to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this build, this set, please give me a thumbs up for a start. Put some comments in. Tell me what you think of the set. Tell me what you think of the price. Tell me how you think I've done with the build. I'm not going to shout at criticism. I want to get better. And like I've said, I think it's a spaceship next, but I'm not 100% sure, but you'll find out soon. And please, if you want to join me for more builds like this, there's more figures to come. Might do another one before Christmas. It might just be in the new year. It depends what other sets we build, of course. We'll have to wait and see. And with that, before I forget, I think I did say there's a link if you want to buy this set at LESDIY in the bottom of my description. So, just in case I forgot, if anybody's interested. With that, thank you for watching. Thank you for following us on the journey. And I hope you'll continue to follow and enjoy more super builds that we've got planned. You should know by now, my name is Cad. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side.